is reaching an all-time high throughout the woke media. Woke welfare collectors throughout the media, they are begging, they are pleading, they are trying to regain their influence. They are desperately trying to do everything they can to make normal people care. I'm sure you guys have noticed the minimal exodus that's taking place on Twitter this week. Hell, some of these irrelevant people, they are even leaving the country. Yesterday, Eva Longoria announced that she was leaving the third world country known as the People's Republic of California. And Eve, she told the handful of lonely men who still realized that she was alive that she was going to move to Mexico. Mina Kimes, PNA, pretend NFL analyst. The lovely Mina, she announced that she was leaving Twitter too. She was joining the other fallen media members as they decrease carbon emissions by piling on Joy Reid's broom to ride into the blue skies. Now, most people think that Mina Kimes left Twitter so she would be accepted by the cool kids. Mina, she has been a nerd all her life. She saw all the cool kids leaving Twitter as a form of protest to the election of Donald Trump. Orange man bad! Most people believe that Mina left Twitter in order to be accepted. My inside sources are telling me that Mina Kimes, she actually left Twitter out of embarrassment. Earlier this week, she was absolutely roasted by normal people after she claimed that the level of quarterback play in the NFL is the highest it's ever been. That is who ESPN calls an NFL analyst. For weeks, I have been telling you guys about the panic in the mainstream media. I have been telling you that cackling Cam Harris was not the biggest loser in this election. The biggest loser? Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and nominate the entire mainstream media for the upcoming second annual Huge Embarrassing Failure Awards. Because what this election proved was the fact that the media no longer has influence. The media no longer has any power. For weeks, they have been concerned about their lack of influence. But now, the panic has reached a new level. Now, the panic on the bruised caboose, it has moved past the loss of influence, with the paid propagandists in the media now being worried about losing their jobs. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Headline of the New York Post. ABC brass in panic mode, scrambling to bring pro-Trump voices to The View. What? Excuse me? ABC is actively searching for normal people and wanting to feature them on their network? The same ABC that is owned by Disney? The same network that is affiliated with the worldwide leader in woke, ESPN? The same Disney that has been trying to teach kids how to properly eliminate the cucumber? The same Disney that makes cartoons for young men featuring bearded heroes in tuck-friendly bathing suits that choose to identify as Catwoman? That Disney? That network is looking for pro-Trump voices? And not only are they looking for pro-Trump voices, they are wanting to have them collaborate with the Yentas on The View? Why? Why in the hell would ABC want to destroy their scripted propaganda with people who are willing to speak common sense, logic, the truth? Well, according to the New York Post, the panic at ABC started after their disastrous presidential debate. I'm sure you guys remember that debate between the Great Orange Hope and the Silence Cackler. The debate, it was moderated by some unknown lady who was only qualified to moderate the debate because she held back Cam's hair during Rush Week at their sorority. The other moderator, it was some male birthing person named David Doofus. Their performance was so disastrous, it caused ABC to be crucified by normal people. Now, although that might have been when the panic initially started to set in, the debate performance, that is not the reason that the network that's supposedly dedicated to diversity is looking to diversify their cast of yentas. I guarantee you, Had Cam Harris won this election, we would not be having this conversation. You want to know why ABC is panicking? You want to know why ABC is suddenly interested in appealing to normal people? Well, KC, they are just trying to make things right. They have realized the error of their ways, and they are asking normal people for their forgiveness. They're even inviting us to hold hands and sing songs of love. I love you, you love me, we're gonna fire Sunny and the whoopee cushions next, along with Big Red and her broom. Would that make you watch The View? Although that sounds nice, I don't think that's the reason that ABC is promising to make changes. These people didn't just wake up one morning suddenly caring about you and me. Sure, they are pretending to care about us now. They are pretending to have heard our complaints. They are pretending to be taking your grievances seriously. The same complaints that you have been making about the woke media for the last 10 years. But that is not the reason that ABC is looking to diversify the yentas. There are two reasons that we are seeing this sudden shift. Number one, ABC has come to the harsh realization that normal people now have all the power, which leads directly into reason number two, that power represents money. The reason ABC is suddenly willing to make changes, they see what's happening at CNN and MSNBC. All week this week, I have been monitoring the ratings at the Cemetery News Network and their pretend friends at MSNBC. Both networks experienced their lowest ratings in the key 25 to 54 demo in the last 25 years. Brigadier General Maddow, known to the dump divers in the WNBA who watch her as Rachel. For the better part of 10, maybe even 15 years now, Rachel Maddow, she has been the most watched show at MSNBC. For the past couple of years, even though she's only working one night a week, Rachel Maddow, she is usually the highest rated show at the network. The Brigadier General usually eclipses 2 million viewers with ease. This past Monday night, Rachel Maddow, 1.3 million viewers. That's 1 million viewers less than what she was averaging last month, and it's her least watched show in almost 3 years. Since the election, ratings at MSNBC have declined by 39%, while ratings at CNN, they've declined 43%, which is kind of impressive when you think about it. I didn't think CNN's ratings could fall any further. CNN has literally went from almost nothing to nothing. I wonder if this had any impact on the decision making at ABC. According to the New York Post, ABC's decision to diversify The View, it is not a political decision. It's an economic decision. They are looking to add one, possibly even two conservative voices to the panel. But here is the potential problem. What self-respecting normal person would agree to willingly subject themselves to the toxic mouth farts on The View? What normal person would want to wake up every morning knowing that they have to walk into that dump, that polished turd? What normal person wants to sit next to the whoopee cushion every morning and risk getting kicked in the face as the whoopee cushion hikes her leg to release the boodle breeze? I know this might be difficult for executives at ABC to understand because they are surrounded by the flatulating yentas every day, but normal people, we don't want to smell the breeze. Hell, my dogs don't even like to smell it, and my youngest Yorkie, Oreo, she eats shit. But that doesn't mean she likes the smell. If the whoopee cushion hiked her leg around my dogs, they wouldn't even pee on it. They would either run away or bury their nose in the couch cushion. Seriously though, what normal person would agree to work with the yentas? You saw how they treated Meghan McCain. You saw how they treated Elizabeth Hasselbeck during her later years on the show. Why in the fuck would anyone agree to appear daily on The View? But let's just assume for a second that ABC is able to find a conservative voice who has temporarily lost their mind and is willing to be on this show. Let's even assume that ABC finds two normal people willing to be on The View. There's only so much space available around the table of terror, which means ABC would potentially have to fire one or two yentas. If that's the case, who do you think would get fired? Well, KC, that's easy. They would fire that anonymous blonde and Big Red Joy Behar. No one knows who the blonde is, and Big Red is knocking on heaven's door. She's the same age as Johnny B. Biden. Maybe, but the anonymous blonde, she is probably working for free. Since she is unknown, it is highly unlikely that she is commanding a big salary. And you can't get rid of Big Red Joy Behar because you need someone who represents people who were born shortly after the Civil War. This is pure speculation on my part. Since ABC seems to be shifting towards logic, though, let's look at this from a logical perspective. If you're looking into bringing in one or two conservative voices with the intent of diversifying the yentas, you can't get rid of the panelists who worship at Woke United Methodist on Sunday mornings. You would have to get rid of the yentas who are pretending to be conservatives, which means the great pretender Alyssa the Farah Griffin no longer has job security. For the past few years, Alyssa the Farah Griffin, she has been pretending to be conservative. She has been pretending to be the voice of normal people. If ABC is looking to hire actual conservatives, real conservatives, why in the hell would they continue donating woke welfare to a pretender? It could also mean that Ann Navarro, hey, it's me, Andy! It could also mean that the woke welfare of Andy Navarro is about to expire. I know this is hard to believe based on the toxic filth that escapes her facial orifice, but Andy Navarro is also a pretend conservative. She is one of those conservatives that votes for Democrats, supports illegal immigration, and wants to forgive student loans. But other than that, Andy is a real conservative. I know this would never happen, but if I was running ABC, I would fire all the yentas. If you are truly looking to eradicate the woke fungus, you can't just let go of the pretenders. If you want a program that appeals to normal people, you gotta fire the people responsible for turning them away in the first place. Now, obviously, ABC is not going to do that because this is not about eradicating the woke fungus. It's about making minor adjustments, minor tweaks. It's about hiring one, maybe two conservative voices that appeal to normal people, hoping that is going to be enough to make normal people watch The View and be indoctrinated by the whoopee cushion. But give me your thoughts on this. The panic in the woke media continues as they are now worried about losing their jobs. With ABC looking to diversify The View, could we see some of the yentas lose their jobs? If so, who do you think it would be? Who would get fired? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Best way to contact me is through email, btlkc84@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys later.